It's been a while since I put out a video, so I decided to do a idea video again. Today I was driving around and I had some ideas, so I was going to share them as far as technology goes. Something cool. I was listening to a song in my car and suddenly like the sound compressed because there was like a loading issue on Spotify, and so it sped up the music as it was playing. Something that it made it seem like was like there was a tempo change in the song that didn't exist there typically in a pre-recorded thing. So one idea I had, which was kind of I would think would be interesting and potentially profitable, is like if you take an AI and you were to then program it to do like a song or like the cadence of a song, but instead of specifically trying to do like with music AIs, what they try and do is try and recreate a song based off of other songs that a band made and sort of just try and construct like a stereotypical song that band would have also have made. So like if they did that with the Beatles, then it's like it kind of sounds like a Beatles song, and then all the instruments play based off of like this AI constructed note pattern, right, or lyric pattern. So I was thinking if you could do that, why couldn't you then proceed to do something along the lines of like a live re-renditioning of these classic songs with some degree of error, musical variation within that live set, air quotes, within that recording, because every recording sounds exactly the same. Uh, Recordings one way sound good, right? But because you know what you're getting, but in another way, there is a strength to a live recording where there's some blemishes or some excellent performances that are outdone um, by in person in comparison to the just recorded session. And obviously, there's some recorded sessions that are better than the live sessions, but still, you don't get that variation or like that potential for variation with just a pre-recorded song. So you could have an AI that does a pre-recorded or that does a live rendition, extrapolation of a song just to give it a little bit of variation throughout the play. And then my other idea, I'll just jam these all together. And this one's actually what I'm going to try and do. But I'm still going to throw it out there to see if people can, like, if people want to take my ideas and run with them. I have too many, and I'm not going to do most of them within my lifetime. So I'm just going to throw them all out. The other one was, so I've been getting into trying to program Raspberry Pis to run Octoprint for my 3D printers. And what Octoprint lets me do is it lets me run printers from other rooms or basically through my computer console versus having to do it through the console on the printer itself. So 3D printers are robots, basically, right? They do what a robot does. They have manipulators or they have, axes, and they are controlled based off of a central processing unit. And I mean, they're robots that do a specific thing, that they do one task, but they still are essentially like a robot. And so I can control them from other rooms, or I can control them potentially from my phone, or potentially from far away, a different house, right? I could control them from, as long as I know this IP address, I think, as long as I do that, I can totally control them when I'm not even here. That's really cool. I really like that. Could I not do the same thing with a robot manipulation setup? So a manipulator is just a general term for like a claw or like an arm of some kind. And if this technology is possible with just a Raspberry Pi and some like the code for Octoprint, obviously I'd have to invent a new thing. Could I not then have some kind of droid? I don't know what to call it. That rolls around, kind of like those old style like sick from home joke uh, robots, where it was like in sitcoms or in television shows where it's like it's a monitor on a pole attached to like some wheels, right? But could I not do that with like a robotic manipulator that sits here on like the left or the right, and then I can kind of control them individually using controls, but then I can move around my workshop. Let's say if I could be in a different state, let's say, and I could have my 3D printing lab going while I was away. Could I not then also basically have like a droid apparatus thing that sits in the corner? Then when I need to actually manipulate something in here that is outside of the realm of a printer working or whatever, or I can look around the room. Could I not have some kind of controllable stand individual? I don't know what to even call it. I'm losing a word, but it would be like a way for me to have presence in this room from far away. I'm pretty sure that's something I could do. I'd have to write the code. It would be probably kind of hard, but I don't have anything else going on in my life. So this is all I have to think about and do in my time anyway. So those are the two ideas I had. I'm just going to throw those out there. And if you want to talk about these things with me, send a comment to me or hit me up on social media.